Hi guys, it's me again, FLYWITHMEFPV, and what I have here is a 120mm bind and fly quad called Skystars x120 Bolt. If you can see that, it's an FR Sky version. So this is the box. When you get it, I got this from SN Hobbies, by the way. I got it to test and review. Now, this is how the quad looks like. It's again, it's ready assembled. I just put in the props. The package includes a manual because it's an FR Sky. You have an FR Sky manual there. Skystar stickers. You know, some JST connectors, heat shrink, and some small zip ties. So anyways, let's quickly go through the components. It's a 3mm base plate, and it's a unibody. If you can see it, there's no removable arms. So, and it's an X configuration. I think this is a true X if I'm not mistaken. 3mm, again, 3mm base plate and a 1.5mm top plate. It uses Skystars branded motors, and it's 1106 4500 kV motors, naked bottom, meaning there's no bottom or bare bottom, and it's secured to the frame with only 3 screws. That's really good, you know, save a bit of weight. Now, came with 2 sets of gem fan flash 2540, 25 because this is a 2.5 props. 3 stack configuration, 20 by 20mm size boards. The bottom one is the 4-in-1 ESC. BL Heli S. It's not a BL Heli 32 ESC. 20 amp, rated 20 amp, and with 25 amp peak. On top of that, it's again 20 by 20 millimeter flight controller, and this is an F4 flight controller that uses an Omnibus F4 target. The flight controller comes with Betaflight 3.2.4, so not the latest, and it's already pre-configured with its own PIDs and rates, I would assume, because it's not default. I would assume it's the PIDs and rates that's suggested for this quad. So I'm gonna fly that. I'll maiden it with those PIDs and rates. I'll probably just add a bit of expo and maiden it that way, and I'll tweak it as I see fit to match or suitable for my type of flying. Anyways, again, on the top board here is the VTX. It's a switchable VTX, 25, 100, 150 milliwatt, and it has a switch here. It's like a button. You know, this is, you know, those eSheen VTX that uses this. Now, I don't see a display, so this might be a bit hard to change, because I would assume this will be a combination of different colors of first LED or whatever to tell you which frequency and channel you're on. I'm not sure if you can change the VTX channel, the channel and the frequency from your OSD. I would check that and include that in the later part of the video. So that's it. It's oh, by the way, it also has 2 LEDs at the back and a built-in buzzer. It came with that board where the LED is, and it's just zip tied into the standoff there, if you can see that. Linear antenna. I don't know if this is something that yeah, it's actually soldered onto the VTX. So if you want to change this to some circular polarized antenna, then you have to desolder that. Camera in front. This is a CCD 600 TVL camera. It looks like a micro Swift, but it's not. and it has a 2.3 millimeter lens. Now, yeah, this might be a bit of a concern because it's kind of poking out, it's not protected, but you know, we'll see how it goes. There you go. So that's the components of the Skystars X20 Bolt micro brushless. Again, this is the bind and fly with FR Sky version. Anyways, let's go to the maiden flight. Hi guys, I'm here now at park and I will maiden this Skystars x120 Bolt. Now I'm gonna maiden this on 3S with the default PIDs and rates or settings. Now when I got this, I plugged it in. It's actually on PID profile 2. Now there's PID profile 1, and I will show you the difference between the flight characteristics. So I'm going to use PID profile 1, and then I'm going to switch to PID profile 2. So let's maiden this thing. So this is maiden, and it's on PID profile 1. And I don't know if you notice, it's really bad. A lot of oscillations and, you know, micro jiggles, whatever you call that. It's just not flying well. And I can also hear a different sound on the motors. So I just you know, tried to land it and run it off PID profile 2. So now I am changing to PID profile 2. A good thing about this quad is that you can change the PIDs, the rates, and all of that settings in the Betaflight OSD. So this quad is capable of that. Now I just changed it to PID profile 2. Now I'm doing a save and reboot to refresh the flight controller, and let's see how it flies. So yeah, I noticed right away the jiggles, the oscillations, and all the bad motor sound just went away. Although I think there's still a bit of tuning that can be done at this point. But yeah, the quad's flying really great at this point. You notice all of those static and multi-pathing. It's because you know, out of the box, this, as I mentioned earlier, it came with a linear antenna. So it's up to you if you want to upgrade that to a circular polarized. I'm pretty sure it will definitely help in getting those static or lines or interference out from your video feed. So again, this is PID profile 2, untuned or with default PID settings that came with the quad out of the box. So yeah, immediately it flies really great and very responsive. I don't have expo, I think, at this point. The rates are again default. I didn't change anything. So I landed again and changed some PIDs settings, and I also adjusted expo. I added like 0.20 expo and flew it again. I could immediately feel when I launched that you know, the flight feel is a lot smoother. Now I'm probably not gonna continue on tuning on this version of Betaflight moving forward, because I'm gonna update this to the latest version of Betaflight and tune it from that version. And yeah, if you notice, you know, the flight is kind of a lot smoother than the previous ones. Alright, so that's the maiden of this Skystars X120 Volt. Again, those flights are done on 3S. Can't wait to fly this thing on 4S, because on 3S it already has a significant amount of power to throw the quad, to do, you know, some crazy tricks and you know, really go fast. So can't imagine if this is running 4S, which is, you know, from the spec sheet, it is capable of running 4S, and that's the reason I think that they went down to 4500 kV on the motors. Anyways, there's also some things that I think the manufacturer designer can you know, consider improving on the design of this quad. One of the things is that this lens is poking out, so maybe if there's going to be a version 2, they could, you know, bring this down or push it there a bit so that the frame is actually protecting the lens. Another thing is the VTX. This doesn't come with smart audio capable cable like the TBS Unify or the AKK or whatever. Use the buttons, however there's no display, so it has LED lights that, depending on how the number of blinks, defines the frequency and channel. So that could be something that I would consider challenging, especially when you're in the race and then you have to change frequency. Not a biggie though, but I'm just saying, that can probably be improved with a VTX that has at least display there, which clearly indicates your band frequency and channel. Now, linear antenna, if you decide to change this to an Omni or circular polarized, you have to desolder it from the VTX board. This is not using UFL or MMCX connectors. It's soldered directly, so just pay attention to that if you decide to change this. Yeah, that's about it. So I'll probably post more videos running this on 4S. Bolt this Firefly camera on top and see how it goes. So guys, thank you for watching this video. If you want to see more of these kinds of videos, tutorial reviews, flight videos, please do subscribe to my channel, and if you want to get notified, click that bell on the lower right hand side of the video. Thank you, and till the next video.